another cop holds an innocent family hostage at gunpoint, accuses them of theft of their own family vehicle. Here it is.
Starting to feel a little slow. Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Close the door before they shoot at y'all.
Close the door.
Close the door. Just listen and record.
Come back to me. Don't turn around, face me.
What is going on, though?
Stop. Stop.
What
Put
is
your hands behind
going?
your back.
No problem.
Okay.
What is going on?
Okay.
Wait. Why y'all playing here?
As you hear, there's a mother who is posing a question. What is going on? Why is this happening? Thankfully, there's a recording that provides additional detail, which turns into evidence when properly adjudicated. Here it is.
Oh, listen to me. These is my babies. They 8. It's twin girls and a baby. Please don't point no guns at my kids. I'm telling you though, please don't point no guns at my babies. I'm recording y'all and I'm saying my babies is in there. I know. I'm turning back around.
That's quiet.
Hold on, wait.
Put it up full mass. We have a lot to discuss. Cops decided to hold an innocent family at gunpoint, accused them of theft. I'm taking you to Delaware. Delaware officers pulled over a car, ordered all Black occupants out at gunpoint. This was a Saturday night, including 2 women, 4 children, accusing them of driving in a stolen vehicle. The Dover police officers never bothered to do things you would typically do in order to verify if a vehicle is stolen. For example, check the registration, which would have confirmed the woman driving the car was the actual, owner. Instead, they transported the 2 women to the precinct along with the 4 children, locking each woman in a separate cage along with the 14-year-old child, who also was locked in a separate cage. The 3 younger children, 8-year-old twin girls and 3-year-old girl, were placed inside of a children's cage. They call it a room. Then 5 minutes later, the cops realized their mistake and released the 5 individuals, with 1 cop telling the woman the false arrest was not based on racial profiling, but officer safety. Let's analyze that. The arrest was not based on racial profile, but rather a prioritization of police safety. Typically, when police are in danger, the danger is clearly stated, it's articulated, it is known. What danger did the women and these very young children pose to the officers to where none of the officers were able to run a simple registration check, which is an administrative function of their dispatch, or an administrative function of their said protocol via the technology affixed to their vehicle? Why were they not able to do so in lieu of their personal safety? Doesn't make sense. None whatsoever. There's more. But Hope York, 33 years of age, 33-year-old mother, a young mother of the 4 children, posted the videos of the unlawful detainment on TikTok, where they have gone viral, is not buying that excuse. Quote, the officer said, quote, I want you to know this had nothing to do with race. It's just that we are dying in the streets and I have a family to go to. York explained in an exclusive interview with Atlanta Black Star on Tuesday. They did a great job on this report. York has no doubt it was, in fact, based on race. Because earlier in the evening, at the traffic stop, another cop tried to justify the unlawful detainment of her family by using the same argument after she questioned why they felt the need to handcuff her son. Remember the ages of these children. And then she said, the cops pulled guns on the 3 remaining children in the car, ordering them to step outside. Video recorded from inside the car shows the kids were crying, now realizing what was happening. Quote, I still have no idea what is going on because they never told us anything, she said. Quote, I did not understand why they had the guns or were handcuffing us. She also said the cops refused to inform her why they were being detained, but threatened to have Child Protective Services take her children to the precinct. The cops eventually told them the car had been reported stolen, which came as a shock to the 2 women. Quote, I said there is no way this car is stolen because I remember the day she bought it, Miss York said. I got pictures on my phone buying it. I was telling them my son is 14 and an honors student and just graduated. And they said, quote, who gives up about him? She said. Quote, and one cop said to me, have you not watched the news lately? White officers are dying. These black kids, 10 or 11, are carrying guns and they're killing us. No, officer. No, you're killing them. You're killing them. Not just physically, ironically. You're killing their spirit. You're killing their innocence. You're killing their childhood, making them face adult consequences with an inner child that hasn't even developed yet. Quote, I told him my kids are traumatized and we didn't deserve that, York said. The cop responded by threatening to issue her a ticket for a seatbelt violation if she did not leave the precinct immediately, she said. After about an hour in handcuffs, they learned the traffic stop was a result of her friend's mother calling the police a few weeks earlier on her 15-year-old son who took her keys after an argument in New York City. The mother reported the set of keys stolen, but one of the keys was for her daughter's car, which somehow got translated to a report of a stolen car when it was only a report of stolen keys or perhaps keys misplaced. York is now hoping to find an attorney to sue the Dover Police Department for the incompetence, racism, and unlawful detainment. And I hope you're successful in that pursuit of legal counsel. Now, according to the facts stated by the alleged victims, they never reported a stolen vehicle. There's a very different standard for a stolen vehicle. Even if you report property stolen, there's a category, multiple categories, that property can be classified as far as stolen. You can classify it as a domestic dispute and generally usable property. Sometimes it happens between a dispute between a husband and a wife. Or this is a theft where you have absolutely no idea who may be involved, direct stolen property. Then you have this case where there's no report of a vehicle stolen. So that's not the property in question. Maybe access to the vehicle, but the vehicle wasn't reported stolen according to the alleged victims. So how did the report end up translating this into a stolen vehicle report? We don't know yet, but that's the reason you get an attorney. All right, Jamie, thoughts here?
Hey, tell as old as time. I believe I said that last time I was on your show, and I think a lot of these stories will have a similar theme. Unfortunately, existing while black is a life-threatening condition. And we've seen that time and time again, no matter what your age is, your sex is, your state of life. She was driving her car, her family car, with children in the background. I heard the voice of one of the kids in the video sound like a toddler. And these officers stop her, have their guns drawn, pointed at her, shooting, prepared to shoot to kill potentially, and they're telling her to calm down. You heard a voice like I heard a voice. There's nothing about her that seemed threatening, nor alarming to them that would justify the use of deadly force immediately. But for the fact that she's black, but for the fact that all of them are black, they locked up a 14-year-old boy. And one of the comments about the officers, well, they're deadly to us. These children are shooting and killing. Well, you're a cop or you're not a cop. Why would you? Where's your courage? Why do you? If you are afraid of children, you are not qualified to be a police officer in any jurisdiction, in any state, especially black children specifically. And I'm appalled. And like I said, I think we're gonna see a similar theme in several of these stories coming up. But it makes me sick to my stomach, and I don't know how much more of this we got to put up with as Black Americans. But
yeah, and keep in mind, either the excuse is the officers are extremely incompetent or extremely racist, because the person who was driving the car had the registration in her name.
Right.
So even if it's a reported vehicle that has been reported stolen, all you have to do is check the license driver and check the registration to see this car belongs to this human being. Period.
Look, and you're right about that too. And I know in the state of Alabama, a lot of stuff is even automated now. Like they have cameras on the vehicles where it automatically pops up as soon as they scan a license plate. This vehicle is registered to X person. You check the driver's license and you see that's that person. Why does that excuse you? Even if she stole the car, and you see there's children in the car, why are you pointing your guns at kids?
Why are you handling it in such a heavy-handed way? That's correct. That's right. All right, we'll bring you updates as they come.